In last lecture, we did something regarding forwards and derivative. We'll be today starting with a revision of forwards, and then we'll be completing forwards and starting with futures, even completing futures. So, what we did yesterday, first we understood meaning of forward. What is meaning? What type of forward contract or what our forward contract is? Today, you enter into contract where the price of the underlying asset is also decided today. Is it alright? But delivery and payment will happen in future. 3 months, 6 months, it can be any point of time. Is it alright? But we have also learned that when we do settlement of forward on maturity, is it alright? The settlement can be done by delivery or settlement can be done by difference. Is it alright? What is settlement by delivery? Actually, the goods will be delivered to the purchaser and seller will be getting money from the purchaser, whatever was decided. What is settlement by differences is only the price difference is settled. If I was bullish, market is bullish, I will be getting price difference. If I was bearish, market was bearish, I will be getting price difference. If I was bullish, market was bearish, I'll have to pay the price difference. If I was bearish, market was bullish, I'll have to pay the price difference. Is it alright? So that was a settlement by differences, and we have technically also understood how to settle it by differences. Will not be useful much in futures and forward questions, but please understand when we go to options and other swapations, in all that cases, the settlement will be done by differences. Then we did. Yes. Then we did theoretical price of forward. Then we did theoretical price of forward. What was theoretical price of forward? Is a spot price of the underlying asset plus carrying cost. Normally it is interest minus any income during that period derived from the underlying asset minus dividend. Now, why I am writing dividend is because normally underlying assets will be shares or debentures. Is it alright? So, it is dividend. Otherwise, it is income which is generated from the asset during that period of time. Is it alright? So, this will be theoretical price of forward. And once again, understand what is the meaning of theoretical price of forward. This should be the price of forward. If not, then there will be arbitrage opportunity. And please understand, even we have done settlement of forward, other points of forward. Normally what is asked in examination as far as SFM paper is concerned is this. Is it alright? It is arbitrage opportunity or finding out arbitrage gain. Yesterday we did two examples where the market has overvalued the forward, another the market has undervalued the forward, and in both the cases we did arbitrage opportunity and arbitrage gain. Believe me, what we are going to revise today is nothing but arbitrage opportunity or arbitrage gain. Is it alright? We are going to see 2.2.1. First question for arbitrage in forward. This is not an arbitrage question. The 6 months forward price of a security is 208.18. It is a 6 months forward rate, actual rate 208.18. The borrowing rate is 8% per annum, payable with monthly rest. What should be the spot price? Is it alright? We have understood the formula of theoretical price of forward. theoretical price of a forward will be is equal to spot plus interest, because here no dividend is involved, so I'm just doing spot plus interest. What is spot rate? That is not given. What is forward rate? That is given. Now which rate is given is actual rate is given. Actual forward rate is given. I will be using, instead of theoretical, actual rate 208.18. Is it alright? What will be spot price? If the interest rate is 8% per annum, but it is compounded monthly, let me find out the per month rate. 8 divided by 12. Is it alright? Per month rate will be 8 divided by 12 is nothing but 0.67. Is it all? 0.67 percentage will be compounded 6 times. So what will be the interest? Spot rate plus 0.67, 1.67 interest compounded 6 times. That's right. A is equal to P into 1 plus I raised to N. Is that alright? I'll be directly getting this. I will be directly getting amount. Is it alright? The interest will be already added in this, because this is a formula for amount and not for interest. Is it alright? So this will be the direct amount. I need to find out the spot price. So spot price will be 208.18 into 1 divided by 1.67. It is incorrect. It is, so 0.67 is 60. Let me write down fully. Spot plus interest is nothing but spot into 1 plus I raised to N. Is that alright? Here K is also involved, but I'll be doing it logically. So what is the answer? 208.18 is equal to spot price, I don't know, 1 plus I. What is interest rate per month is 0.67 percentage. That is 1 plus 0.67 percentage. I cannot write down I as 0.67. Is it alright? It is 0067. I'll have to divide it by 100 raised to N, that is 6 times. All of you understand? I have taken per month rate and it is raised to 6. Is it alright? If I write down 0.067, it is 6.7 percentage. If I write down 0.0067, it is 0.67 percentage. Is it right? It is 0.67 divided by 100 will be nothing but I. Is it right? So my answer will be spot, it is equal to 208.18 multiplied by 1 divided by 1.0067 raised to 6. Is it right? I'll be directly finding out the answer. It is 1 divided by 1.0067. 6 times is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 multiplied by 208.18 is 200. Spot price is 200 rupees. Please understand, if the market is perfect, that is all theoretical price are actual price in the market, then the spot rate will be 200 if the rate of interest is 8% per annum compounded monthly and the forward rate is 208.18. This is just interpretation of the formula. If someone don't understand this, understand this is principal plus interest. And this formula is of amount. Amount is nothing but principal plus interest. So if someone is just asking that why not I have written plus over here, it is already added. Principal plus interest is equal to amount, and I have taken directly the formula for amount. So this is C 2.1.1. Next is C 2.1.2. Current price per share is 1800. Please understand it is spot price. 1800 rupees. 6 months future price per share is 1950. This is actual 6 months forward rate. It is actually future, but next point we are going to understand future, and believe me, future and forward are absolutely same. So I can even use the same concept. 1950 rupees. It is theoretical price or actual price? It is actual price of the future. Is it all right? Assuming it is possible to borrow money for transaction at security at 12% per annum. What is rate of interest is 12%. Calculate a theoretical minimum price of 3-month forward contract. See, actual price is available. They are asking us to find out theoretical price of forward. What will be theoretical price of forward? Spot plus interest. There is no dividend involved. Spot is 1800 plus interest. I am directly using formula for spot plus, that is principal, plus interest, that is I am directly using formula for amount. It is 1.06. If 12% is per annum, these are 6 months forward, so I need to take only 6 months interest. So 6 months interest will be 6%. 1800 into 1.06 is 1908. This should be price of forward. This is a price of forward. They both should be same. Are they same? The answer is no. If they are not the same, then ultimately there will be arbitrage opportunity. Alright, and let us understand what they are telling us in second question. First, calculate theoretical minimum price of the forward. This is theoretical minimum price of forward. Number 2, to explain arbitrage opportunity. First, is there any arbitrage opportunity? The answer is yes, because the theoretical price and actual price are not same. Is it? I will explain the process of arbitrage opportunity. Please try to concentrate. What is the theoretical price of forward? 1908. What is actual price of the forward? 1950. Anything which is overvalued in this world, you should sell that. Anything which is costlier in the market, which is costlier than its intrinsic value, you should always sell it into market. Is it all right? So this is 6 months forward, 1950, and it is costlier. So I will be selling 6 months forward at a rate of 1950 rupees. Now, as we have learned, forward contracts are compulsory contract. Now, I will have to sell it after 6 months at the rate of 1950. Is it all right? Always take, please understand, this is today. Always take a reverse position today. You have sold it after 6 months, so today you purchase 1 share at the rate of rupees 1800. You are purchasing it today, so it will be rupees 1800. So you purchase 1 share at the rate of rupees 1800. So what you are holding today? 1 share. But in arbitrage gain, it should be riskless without investment gain. So what I am doing is, for purchasing this 1 share, I am borrowing 1800 rupees for 6 months from a bank. That's it. All right. So what is the position as on today? I am having 1 share and I am having 1 loan of rupees 1800. Is it all right? Let me go to what will happen to the loan? I'll have to repay the loan. Repay the loan. So there will be cash outflow. How much? 1800 plus 6% will be 1908. Is it all right? Let me also 1800 multiplied by 6%. 1908. Is it all right? So I'll have to pay 1908 rupees. Is it all right? So loan is completed after paying 1908. Is it all right? What about one share which I was holding today? I'll keep it for 6 months. Hold it for 6 months. I have already sold the forward. Is it all? So sell this share in forward. Settlement is done by delivery. Is it all? I will have to give one share from where I will be giving. I am already having that to give it. Is it all right? How much money I will be receiving? I will be receiving 1950 rupees from forward. Sir, for receiving this 1950 rupees, what you will have to give? I will have to give a share which I am already holding. Is it all right? What is the difference? Understand. I was receiving 1950. I am paying 1908. 42 rupees is nothing but my arbitrage gain. All right. This is how, if the market has overvalued the forward, how to do arbitrage question is this. Is it all right? Remember these two things. Anything which is overvalued, you should sell it. You should always take a reverse position today. Is it all right? As I told you, there can be only two types of sums, where the market has overvalued the forward, where the market has undervalued the forward. Is it all right? Next question. Calculate the price of 3 months PQR futures. If PQR face value 10 quotes at rupees 220, this is spot price. On NSE, and the 3 months of future is 230. This is forward rate. The 1 month borrowing rate is given as a 15% and the annual dividend yield is 25%. 15%. I doubt 1 month rate is 15%, but let us consider it. 25% per annum payable annually before expiry. Also examine the arbitrage opportunity. All right. Here the dividend will come into picture. I am having a spot rate 220 rupees. I am also having an actual forward rate. 3 months forward or future rate is 230 rupees. All right. I need to find out the theoretical price of forward, which is spot plus interest minus dividend. Start. So, what is the spot price? 220 plus what will be the interest for 3 months? It will be 220 rupees multiplied by what is the rate of interest is 15%. Now understand, 1 month borrowing rate is given as a 15% per annum. This should be interpreted in this manner only. Is it all right? See, it can be interpreted that 1 month rate is 15%. But what does this mean is, if you want to borrow money for the period of 1 month, then the rate relevant is 15%. I need to borrow it for 3 months. So it will be 15 into 3 divided by 12. This will be my interest portion. Minus dividend. So what is the dividend rate? 25%. The dividend will be paid on 220 rupees. Is it all right? See, if you will see the suggested, it is paid on 10 rupees. What is 10 rupees? Is a face value. That's not it. It should be paid on 220 rupees. For matching the answer with suggested, I will be taking 10 over here. That's not it. And at the end of the question, I'll explain you why there should be 220 and not 10. That's not it. 10 into what is the dividend yield? 25%. Now, this is done perfectly. Why not into 3 divided by 12? Because we are calculating everything for 3 months, then dividend also should be calculated for 3 months. Agreed. But understand, dividend is a point. Try to understand, if you purchase a Reliance share today and the dividend is declared tomorrow, you will be getting dividend of 1 day. No, you will be getting dividend of full year. Because the day on which dividend is declared, the company will pay full dividend to the member, the holder of the share. I am holder of the share tomorrow dividend is declared, so full amount of dividend, they will not do it proportionate. That I was holder for 1 day, you were holder for 364 days, so they will find you and give you the dividend. Dividend is paid to the holder of the share irrespective of holding period. Is it right? So whenever in between dividend is received, I will be considering a full dividend and not a portion of dividend. Is it right? So this answer will be 220 plus, this is 220 into 15% into 3 divided by 12 is 8.25 minus, this is 10 into 25% is 2.5. This is 220 plus 6? No. 220 plus 8.25 minus 2.5 is 225.70. Always compare this to. This should be the price. This is theoretical price of forward. This is the price of forward. Market has overvalued the forward. Market has overvalued forward. Is it alright? They are asking us arbitrage opportunity. Yes, I will be repeating the same sum again. Anything which is overvalued, sell 3 months forward at the rate of 230. See, whatever is overvalued, you will be receiving it. You will be receiving this money after 3 months. Yes, is it alright? You will be receiving rupees 230. But to sell this share, you will have to purchase share today. At the rate of what? At the rate of 220. Then purchase the share today at the rate of 220 rupees. Now what you are holding is 1 share. What you are holding is 1 share, which will be sold after 3 months. You will be holding this for 3 months. To purchase the share, what you will do? You will be borrowing money. Rupees 220 to purchase the share. Is it alright? But as you are borrowing this money, you will have to repay along with interest after 3 months. So repay 220 plus interest. We have already calculated interest, will not be calculating again. Is 8.25. So you will have to repay 228.25, and this will be your cash outflow. But during this 3 months period, you will be receiving, as you are holding for 3 months, you will be receiving dividend, and dividend is 2.5 rupees. Is it all right? So you will be receiving dividend of 2.5 rupees. See what is totally received. What is received? 230 plus 2.5. That's right. 232.5. That's right. What is paid is 228.25. That's right. What is the difference? 232.5 minus 228.25 is 4.25 rupees is arbitrage. Again we have repeated the same thing. All right. But understand, this process is termed as arbitrage process. All right. Yes. Any student can give me this answer. Can I find out arbitrage gain directly without doing this full process?
So we can subtract actual 3 forward rate minus theoretical price.
Exactly. Is it all? See, the arbitrage gain will always be this. Is it all right? Difference between this two, 230 minus 225.75 will be nothing but 4.25. Is it all? Why try to understand? If a particular product is overvalued by 4 rupees, and if you invest in such a manner to get a benefit, you will be getting benefit of 4 rupees. Is it all right? You will be getting benefit by the amount by which the particular product is overvalued. Is it all right? So the difference will be always 4.25. So after doing all this, if you feel that your answer is you have made some mistake, you can just find out difference between actual forward price and theoretical forward price, and the answer should be arbitrage profit. Is it all right? This was 2.1.3. Point 4 is a cancellation of forward contract. I am going to prepare 2-3 questions of cancellation of forward contract, and will be a different type of category. We are going into concept of futures. Right. We have already completed forward contract.
Sir, the dividend yield you are going to say.
Sorry. Thank you. Alright. I told you that instead of 10, what you should be taking is 220 rupees. Multiplied by 25 is correct, but I feel that this answer in suggested is incorrect. Is it alright? Let me revise again the concept of all type of dividend yield and dividend issued and dividend per share and everything. Is it alright? See, whenever someone says you that your dividend rate is 10%. Is it alright? Then this 10% is on face value. When someone says your dividend payout ratio is say 20%, this 20% is on earnings. Is it alright? If someone says your dividend per share is rupees 5, that is number of shares multiplied by 5 is total dividend. If you are holding 1 share, you will be getting directly 5 rupees. This is a direct answer. But if someone tells you your dividend yield is, say in this case 25%. Now understand, the yield word is used for actual thing, and this will be always a 25% on market price of share, not on face value, not on real value. What is the real market price of the share today is 220. See the word used, expected annual dividend is 25%, 10 multiplied by 25% was okay. But if the word uses dividend yield, it should be on market price of the share and not on face value of the share. Is it alright? Sir, why you have taken face value on the share? Because the institute in suggested has taken 10 rupees. If the same question is asked in examination, believe me, if I am a student, I will be taking 220 rupees over here. My answer will be absolutely correct and you will be getting marks even. Is it alright? See, this will never be a problem in CA final, that if the same question will be asked in examination, never the same question will be asked in examination. Is it alright? So, but what logically you should take over here is 220. The answer is coming weird if we take 220 because this is ultimately subtracted and it gets undervalued. But you, in a examination, if this is asked as a student, logical student, you should take 220 rupees. Expect that you will be getting full-fledged marks in this type of questions also. Is it alright? There is no mistake in question. There is, I feel there is mistake in answer. So we are doing something regarding future contract. Is it alright? We have completed with forward contract. Now we are going to future contract. Please understand, forward contract and future contract are absolutely same. There are only few difference between forward contract and future contract. You might have noted in forward contract questions, the word written were futures. Is it alright? Because practically, calculation wise, everything remains the same. They are the contract which are entered today. The price is fixed today. The delivery and payment happens in future. The settlement is done through delivery. No, normally as it is stock exchange, the settlement is done through difference. Never it is done through delivery. So, let us understand what are the difference between forward contract and future contract. As I told you, calculation wise it is absolutely same. Please understand the differences. Forward contracts are traded OTC. OTC is over the counter. See what is meaning of over the counter. If I am seller of potatoes, you are purchaser of potatoes future. I am seller of potatoes future. We both will come together, meet on telephone, meet on WhatsApp, meet on email, decide the price and enter into contract. So there will be a counter. On one side you will be sitting, on other side I will be sitting, and just we will be discussing over the counter. Purchaser is knowing who is the seller, seller is knowing who is the purchaser. Everything will be done over the counter and it is known to both the parties. Sir, can't there be a mediator? Yes, there can be a mediator. But here, please understand, in future contract, it is traded through exchange. There is a full-fledged stock exchange where this will be traded. Is it alright? And there is a benefit of it. So it is traded through exchange, this is traded over the counter, but there is a benefit because they are traded through exchange. There will be a slight benefit. I'll explain you the benefit. Number 2. Is it all? Here, settlement is done on maturity. Here, settlement is done M to M. M to M is mark to market. Believe me, right now it is enough to understand. It is done Daily. Daily the settlement will be done. Here the settlement is done over the counter and it is done on maturity. Here even if the contract will be of 3 months, the settlement will be done daily through a margin account that we are going to understand. One more difference is, in forward contract, there are no lots. In future contracts, there are lots. Is it all right? Suppose I want to sell one Reliance after 3 months. It will not be allowed in futures. Is it all right? See what futures will say, that one lot of Reliance consists of 100 shares. So I cannot sell 5 shares, 10 shares, 20 shares, 30 shares. If I want to sell, I need to sell minimum of 100 shares and I can sell any shares in multiple of 100. So if I want to sell 200 shares, I can sell it. I will be selling 2 lots. See, it is not a difficult concept. Very easy concept. One lot is equal to 100 Reliance shares. And the dealing is done always in lots. Is it all right? So the question is, sir, what is the benefit of this? Please understand, here it is done over the counter, so 2 parties should come into picture. His requirement for selling should be 100 kgs and his requirement for purchase should be 100 kgs. If his requirement for sale is 10 kgs, his requirement should be 10 kgs. Then only they can come over the counter. Otherwise, they cannot come over the counter. Here, this is not done. Try to understand. I want to purchase 5 lots of Reliance. I want to purchase 5 lots of Reliance in 3 months forward. That's right. Can I purchase it? The answer is yes. 5 lot is how many shares? 500 shares. But Mehak wants to sell only 2 lots of Reliance. Can he sell? The answer is yes. Is it alright? Sachin wants to sell 3 lots of Reliance. Can he sell? The answer is yes. What totally they are selling is 500 shares. So what totally they are selling is 500 shares, but they both are doing it. Is it all? See, understand, on this side there are 2 parties, on this side there is 1 party. They will come over the counter. The answer is no. There will be an exchange between this. Believe me, purchaser will not be knowing who are selling, seller will be not knowing who is purchasing. Who will give a guarantee of payment is exchange. Here who is going to give a guarantee that Y will perform the contract or X will perform the contract? No one is giving guarantee. Here the guarantee is given by exchange. After say there's a 3 months contract, after 3 months Sachin is going to sell 3 lots, Mac is going to sell 2 lots, and even if I don't purchase, if I default, that exchange will be giving a guarantee that no one defaults. For this they will be taking margin from me. They will be taking some security from me. But there is an exchange, and I hope you understand. Here X and Y are knowing each other. Here Mehak, Jaisar and Sachin are not knowing each other. Who are purchaser, who are seller? Say in a normal stock market, if you purchase 5 shares from Reliance, will you anytime know that who is selling the Reliance and you are getting it? The answer is no. Is it all? You will be purchasing from BSE and NSE. Is it all? That is directly from exchange. Is it all right? This is nothing but traded through exchange is beneficial, because now understand, on this left hand side there might be 3 parties and on right hand side there might be 300 parties. On left hand side there might be 300 parties and on right hand side there might be 3 parties. It is absolutely possible. So these are more prevalent. These are less prevalent only in high end transactions, loan, interest rate, forwards in that transaction, if they are very huge for two parties, one is bullish, another is bearish, they might come over the counter and trade in forward contract. Is it all right? So normally you will be getting an idea of a future, but understand still the calculation remains the same. Is it all right? 10 kgs of potato, convert 10 kg is equal to one lot. The question is of future. Here there will be one additional things that will be quantity, because it will be traded in lots. The quantity will be an additional point when you calculate the question. Otherwise, settlement by delivery by differences. One more thing, in India, if they are futures, the settlement will never be done by delivery. It will be always done through differences. Still in question, you can solve it by delivery, because we have already understood whether the settlement is done by delivery or whether the settlement is done by differences. The answer, the net amount remains same. So it does not make any difference whether you do it by delivery or differences. Is it all right? So this is a difference between forward contract and future contract. This point, mark to market, the settlement is done mark to market, that we have not understood, that we are going to understand it today. Sorry. Future contract, forward contract. Let us go to one future contract. It's not a question of future contract. The share of X Limited is currently selling for rupees 300. Spot price is 300 rupees. Risk-free interest rate is 0.8% per month. Now this I can take it as per month because it is 0.8%. A 3 months of future contract is selling for 312. 3 months future. Are you getting it? I am writing the same thing in future as well as forward because it does not make any difference. Selling for rupees 312 of one share, which is not possible right now practically, but in theoretical sum it is possible. Develop an arbitrage strategy and show what would be your riskless profit for 3 months. Assume X Limited will not pay any dividend in next 3 months. Is it alright? So we need to find out that arbitrage again. 0.8% per month. First I need to find out theoretical price of future. Will be is equal to spot. Sir, formula will remain same. Everything will remain same. Is it right? They are dealt over the counter. They are dealt in exchange. Will not make any difference as far as calculation is concerned. Spot plus interest. Is it all right? It is 300 into 1.08% is 0.008 raised to 3 because this is per month rate. Is it all right? 1.008 multiplied by is equal to multiplied by 300 is 307.25. Verify this correct. Yes, it is 307.26 rupees. Is theoretical price of forward. Is it all right? Let me market has overvalued or market has undervalued. Market has overvalued. Now this is a third sum which is overvalued. So what I am doing is I am making a change in it. Is it all right? 3 months of forward rate is say 302 rupees. All right. So here I am changing the price from 312 to 302 rupees. You cannot do this in examination, but for the purpose of explaining and having one undervalued question, I am just changing the rate. Is it all right? So market is now undervalued or overvalued? Market has undervalued. And believe me, this type of question is somewhat typical. Is it all right? So let me take this as a question. What is the rate of future rate? Actual rate 302. Instead of 312, I have converted into 302. anything which is undervalued by the market, you should purchase it. Purchase 3 months X limited share at the rate of rupees 302. This is forward, a future. Whatever you are doing in future, take a reverse position today. You have purchased 3 months X limited. So today, you should sell 1 share of X limited, and you will receive, if you sell 1 share of X limited, how much you will be getting today? Rupees 300. Rupees 300 will be received today. Is it alright? Rupees 300 is received today. Is it alright? Then invest. Sir, in examination, if we draw this type of line, it is absolutely alright. It is absolutely alright. It does not make any difference till the time your logical idea and calculations are correct. Invest 300 rupees for 3 months at the rate of 0.8% interest per month. How much you will receive after 3 months? We are already knowing you will be receiving 307.26 rupees. But please understand, to sell 1 share today, you should be having that share. You are not having that share. Then what you will do? You will borrow 1 share from your broker. You can purchase it, you can borrow it from anyone. Is it alright? You will borrow 1 share from broker today for 3 months. Is it all? Now you have borrowed the share, so you are having the share. Is it alright? Then you can sell the share. You will receive 300 rupees, invest 300 rupees and receive after 3 months 307.26. Is it alright? What will happen on maturity after 3 months? I am doing settlement by delivery. I will receive 1 share of X limited and I will have to pay rupees 302. So pay rupees 302 and take 1 share of X limited from this future contract. Is it alright? Now, have you got 1 share of X limited? Yes. What you will do? Sell it in the market? No. You will have to give it back to broker. Is it alright? Give it back to broker. Is it alright? Broker account is settled? Yes. You have borrowed 1 share for how many months? 3 months. You have given it back after 3 months. Is it alright? Whatever today you are getting, you have invested and received after 3 months. For purchasing this share, you need to pay 302 rupees which you have paid. Let us find out the difference. Is it alright? You are receiving 307.26, paying 302, net arbitrage gain is 5.26 rupees. Is it alright? Selling the shares without having it. Selling without having is short selling. This technique is termed as short selling. Is it alright? This is when the market has undervalued. We have intentionally undervalued it. Is it all? Because up till now, all the questions of examinations are overvalued. We have done enough questions of overvalued. So just for the purpose of understanding this situation also, I have converted the question into undervalued. Is it all right? This is how I will be receiving arbitrage gain if theoretical price and actual price of the forward, actual price of the forward is lower than theoretical price of the forward. Then this process will happen, arbitrage process will happen, and I can solve the arbitrage profit answer. This was question number 2.2.21. Let us go to question number 2.2.2. Here will be understanding M to M. That's right. We will be also understanding two more concept, which is initial margin as well as maintenance margin. And before understanding initial and maintenance margin, we will be also understanding what is margin. That's correct. So our idea would be to understand margin also. Try to understand. I am purchasing 1 day future of one Reliance of rupees 2,500. I want to purchase it. I asked to my broker that purchase one Reliance future for me, which is having maturity tomorrow. It is 1 day future. Huh? Tomorrow, I am purchasing. I am bullish. Tomorrow, if the price becomes 2,600 rupees, I will be getting 100 rupees. But if the price becomes 2,400 rupees, then I will have to pay rupees 100. See what my broker will say, that Jai sir, pay me rupees 100 because the price has become 2,400. Market was bearish. You were bullish. You will have to pay. The settlement will be done by differences. So I'll have to pay rupees 100. Is it alright? So broker will telephone me and he will ask me 100 rupees. Believe me, this will not be the case. Because understand, if it is 100 rupees, it is easy. Suppose this exposure was for 2,500 crore. What is a loss in 1 day if this is the situation is 100 crore rupees? If broker ask me 100 crore rupees and if I am unable to pay, broker will be not paying to the stock exchange and there will be a loss. Is it alright? And ultimately I will go insolvent. But my broker will also go insolvent and stock exchange is already having a reverse position. There is another person who has taken a bearish position. Another person who has taken a bearish position. Exchange will have to pay to this bearish person. Is it alright? So, stock market cannot afford this. So, what they will ask? When I am entering into this type of contract, is it alright? Say the broker will be knowing or the exchange will be knowing that what is the maximum loss. I'll also tell you. But they will tell me that Jai sir, if you want to take this much exposure, deposit 2 crore rupees in your margin account. I will tell that I need to pay 200 crore. Yes. Is it alright? The broker will be giving me answer yes. But he will tell me, sir, this is your account. It is like your bank account. Is it alright? So, this is your account. Whenever you will square off the position, you can withdraw this money. It is as good as bank account. Is it alright? But if there is any loss, we will deduct from margin account. Now this is an easy procedure, yes, because whenever I am having a loss of 100 crore rupees, broker will not have to call me again and again for recovering that 100 crore rupees, because my 200 crore rupees are lying with the broker in the form of margin account. It works as a bank account. Whenever I am getting money, it will be added to the margin account. Whenever I am having the losses, it will be deducted from margin account. And understand, this margin account will be changing daily. It will be marked to market. This margin account will be marked to market. Is it alright? So whenever I am entering into purchase or sell of a future contract, the broker will ask me the margin 200 crore, which is nothing but initial margin. This margin is nothing but initial margin. What is initial margin in this case? Is 200 crore. Alright, let me write down that this was for not 1 day but for 5 days. That's alright. What was the margin asked from me was 200 crore rupees, which I have paid. Is it alright? I am bullish or bearish? I am bullish. Is it alright? This was today and this is next day, that is first day. Is it alright? On first day, price of this, whatever commodity, it is 2,500 crore rupees commodity. It might be 100 of lots or 200 of lots. Today, after 1 day, the price of this commodity became 2,600 rupees. I was bullish. Market is bullish. Settlement, I will be getting 100 crore rupees. That's all right. See my margin account. What was already in my bank account or margin account with broker? I'm speaking bank account, but it is termed as margin account. Works as a bank. Is it all? 100 crore rupees will be added to my margin account, and 300 crore rupees will be my new margin account. Can I withdraw this 100 crore rupees? The answer is yes. There are different formalities by which you can withdraw this money. Please understand on day 2. See, please understand, even if I have not settled this contract, I have taken 5 years future contract, still the settlement will be done on daily basis. On second day, my contract is continued. I have done the monetary settlement. The price became 2,700 rupees. Let's stop it. Then, what is the difference? 100 rupees. Is it all? But now I need to compare it with 2,500 or 2,600. With 2,600, because the settlement is already done at 2,600. Still the market is bullish. I will be getting money, but not 200, only 100 rupees. Difference between 2,700 and 2,600. Is it plus 100 rupees? 100 crore rupees. Assuming I am not withdrawing anything from the market, I will be getting 100 rupees. You will say me, sir, I have contracted at 2,500. The price is 2,700. I should be getting 200 crore rupees. You are getting 200 crore rupees. But 100 crore rupees you have got on first day and 100 crore rupees you have got on second day. Is it alright? Third day. The price of this particular commodity became 2,650. Compare it with previous day. Now it is bearish. And you need to even compare it with previous day only. Difference is 50 crore, but you will be losing 50 crore rupees. Broker will ask you to pay. No, it will be deducted from your margin account. What is the idea? 350 crore rupees. Is it alright? This is 300, your margin account is 350 crore rupees. That's all right. Next day again, fourth day. The price became 2710. Market is again bullish. I will be earning something. How much difference between this two, which is 60 rupees? My margin will again be added by 60 crore rupees and it will become 410 rupees. Last day, the price became 2630. You are very unhappy because the market has gone bearish on last day. How much? 80 rupees difference between these two. It is 80 rupees minus 80 crore will be deducted from your margin account. Is it all right? Minus 80 crore. And now understand, your contract has matured. The future is completed. Everything is settled. So you will be getting 330 rupees back from your margin account. All right, and this is how the settlement is done, and this type of settlement is termed as mark to market. Is it all right? Sir, I have not entered into this type of contract. I have entered into a simple contract of purchase after 5 days, a future of a particular thing at 2,500 rupees. I should compare this 2,500 with this 2,630 and this should be my profit. Why profit? Market is bullish. If you see, if you compare this to, market is bullish. Let me find out your way of answer. If this was the case, if the settlement was done in European way, this is American way, this is European way. Is it all right? We'll be learning it in bonds again. So, if the settlement is done in this way, then what would have been your profit? Or what would be your actual cash inflow? You are bullish, market is bullish, you should be getting 130 rupees. Yes? Yes. Believe me, in this case also you are getting 130 rupees. How? What you are getting back? 330 rupees. What you have already paid in initial margin? 200 rupees. What is your net settlement? 130 crore rupees. You are getting the same money? The answer is yes. Is it all right? But settlement will not be done on maturity. Settlement will be done daily in your margin account, and this type of settlement is termed as a mark to market. See, what we are going to do is, from tomorrow onwards, I will be purchasing one lot, I will be selling one lot, and I'll be practically showing you how to purchase one lot, how to sell one lot, and daily up till the time derivative is running, I will be showing you my margin account. We will be actually calculating in both, in bullish side also and bearish side also. In both we'll be calculating a margin account and mark to market. It will just be an educational video, but the trading will be done real. Is it all right? So that you understand properly what is mark to margin. It is also theoretically easy to understand, that it is not much difficult to understand. Is it all? Let us talk about maintenance or minimum margin. Is it all right? See, your broker will say that, sir, this is all right. But whenever your margin is below 80 crore rupees, here it is never becoming. But say on one fine day, your margin account becomes a 75 crore. Is it below 80 crore? Yes. Is it all right? If the margin goes below minimum margin or maintenance margin, please try to understand. If margin is below minimum margin or maintenance margin, then you will have to ensure. How much was our minimum margin? 80 crore. What it has become? 75 crore. So you will have to give 5 crore rupees more to broker to maintain your margin. The answer is no. you will have to ensure initial margin. So when your margin account goes below 80 crore, you will have to ensure that again your margin account is having 200 crore. So what was your margin account? 75 crore. You will have to give 125 crore rupees more into your margin account to your broker. Is it alright? So 125 crore, if you are additionally paying, what was your margin account balance? 75 crore. What you are paying more? 125 crore. So your new margin will be 200 crore, which is not maintenance margin, but which is initial margin. Is it alright? This is what is initial margin and maintenance margin. Now the question arises, sir, what is initial margin? In India, they say initial margin should be average price plus 3 into standard deviation of the stock which you are having. So average change plus 3 into standard deviation, this should be your initial margin. And maintenance margin is decided on broker to broker basis. There is no fixed rate of maintenance margin. So if this come 100 crores and maintenance margin is 75%, maintenance margin will be 75 crore. But there is no logical idea behind this, but understand they have termed that what is an average price of the share plus standard deviation 3 times is payable. Is it alright? See why 3 is written over here? When you do 3 standard deviation, if you understand the normal curve, is it alright? Believe me, 3 standard deviation will come over here. There is very less possibility that the price will be over here. See, this is less area. This is more area. So majority of risk is covered by the broker. Is it alright? It will not happen that your margin account will be insufficient to pay your losses. One day loss will not be so much that your margin will be wiped off. Is it alright? So they have taken 3 standard deviation over here. So average plus average price of the underlying asset plus 3 into standard deviation is nothing but the initial margin which is decided by the broker. But this is in India. New plus 3 into standard deviation normally is initial margin. This is mark to market. We have also understood formula as well as concept of initial margin. Let us go to this particular question. As I told you, we are going to do practically this question. Practical trading, daily our profit and loss will be calculating for this type of question. This is 10 days trading result. Sensex futures are traded at a multiple of 50. This is a lot size. Consider the following quotation of Sensex future in 10 days trading future. So, high and low is not important for us. We will be concentrating only on closing price. Abhishek bought, means Abhishek was bullish. Once a Sensex future is in multiple of 50. Contract on February 4th. The average daily absolute change in the value of the contract is 10,000. This is new. Standard deviation of this changes is 2,000. The maintenance margin is 75% of initial margin. Initial margin will be new plus 3 standard deviation will be is equal to 10,000 plus 6,000 is 16,000 and maintenance margin will be 75% of 16,000. This is 12,000. I have got initial margin and maintenance margin. He has purchased one Sensex future. You are required to determine the daily balances in the margin account and payment on margin calls if any. So we need to decide mark to market margin. Is it alright? Let me see if this page is empty. Yes. Let me do it over here. Is it all right? What is my, this is my margin account. What is balance as on today? When I have purchased that one lot, initial margin is 16,000. Let me do it for day one. Day one, say what is the price at which I have entered into contract? Price is given, not given, not given. So day one, this should be the price at which I have entered into the contract. Start 3296.50. Is it alright? I have entered into contract at 3296.50. I have put in my margin account 16,000 rupees and I am starting my day 2. Is it alright? Day 2, what is my closing? 3294.40. Is it alright? I am bullish or bearish? I am Abhishek. And I am bullish because I have purchased. I am going to day 2. So what is the price? 3294.40. 3294.40. Compare it with this. Market is bullish or bearish? Next day the price has gone up or gone down? It has gone down. Market is bearish. I will be losing the money. How much money I'll lose? The difference. 3296.50 minus 3294.40. It is 2.1. Is it alright? I will be losing because the market is bearish. I am bullish. Is it alright? Multiplied by, I need to take minimum one lot. Is it alright? It is written that I have purchased one lot. Bought one Sensex future. One Sensex future is one lot of Sensex future which is in multiple of 50. Is it alright? So into 50, this will be my loss. Is it because the market is bearish? Is it alright? 2.1 into 50. It is 105. Is it alright? What will broker do? Will he ask 105 rupees from me today? No. That is on one day. One day. Sorry, this is second day. Second day, the settlement will be negative 105. My new balance as on second day will be 16,000 minus 105 is 15,895. I'll have to go to third day. Third day, what is the closing rate? 3230.40. 3230.40. Please understand, I need to compare now with this figure and not this figure. Difference between these two is already settled. Now I need to see difference between these two. This is also bearish. I am bullish. So I'll have to pay the difference. So what is the difference? 3230.40 minus 3294.40 multiplied by 50. It is 3,200. As the market is bearish, I'll have to pay means it will be deducted from my margin account. 3,200. What will be my new balance is 15,895 minus 3,200 is 12,695. Please understand, when the margin goes, what is the minimum or maintenance margin? Is 12,000. I'll have to be very careful when the margin goes below 12,000. Is it alright? This was end of day 2. My margin balance was 12,695. Let's go to fourth day. Fourth day, the price was 3212.30. 3212.30. Market is again bearish. I will lose the money. What I'll lose is difference between this two. 3212.30 minus 3230.4 multiplied by 50, which is a lot size, is minus 905. On fourth day will be deducted from my margin account 905 rupees. Please understand, now my margin balance is 12,695 minus 905 is 11,790 rupees. Is this a figure less than my maintenance margin? Yes. Immediately you will receive a call from your broker and you will have to pay call money. How much is lesser than 12,000? 12,000 minus 790 is 210, but they will not ask for 210. They will ask for 4,210 rupees. So that you are back with your initial margin. This is your call. Is it alright? You will have to pay. This is your call. 4210 is your call. The bank, the broker will call you and ask for 4,210 rupees. Yes, of course. Your new margin will be now 16,000 rupees. And when the call is made on 4th day. Is it alright? Let us go to 5th day. What is the 5th day price? Is 3267.50. 3267.50. Market is bullish, you will be getting money. 3267.50 minus 3212.30 multiplied by 50. You are getting 2760 plus 2760 plus 2760. My new margin account on 5th day will be 18,760. Let me verify this. It is 3267.50 minus 3212.30 multiplied by 50. 2760. Yes, it is correct. 6th day. It is in this process I am also explaining you settlement, right? Here the market is bullish. I am bullish. I'll be getting money. If I am bullish, market is bearish, I'll have to pay the money. There's a settlement by differences, not by delivery. Is it all right? 6th day price 3263.80. 3263.80. Bearish. I'll be losing money. How much? 3263.80 minus 3267.50 multiplied by 50 is 185 rupees. 185 will be deducted on 6th day. At the end of 6th day, it is 18,760 minus 185 is 18,575. At the end of 6th day, this will be my margin balance. Alright. 7th day. It is not less than 12,000, so there is no margin money call. Is it alright? 7th day. 3292. 3292. Again bullish. I'll be getting money of this difference. 3292 minus 3263.8 multiplied by 50. 1410. 5899. Start it. 8th day. Let me change the color. 3309.30. 3309.30. Market is bullish. I'll be getting money. Difference between this two. 3309.3 minus 3292 multiplied by 50 is 865. Will be added on this 8th day. 865. 865. This is 19,985 plus 865 is 20,850. Ninth day. 3257.80. 3257.80. You are bullish. The market is bullish, bearish, bearish. 3257.80. I'll be losing money. How much? 3257.8 minus 3309.3 multiplied by 50. It is minus 2575. Let me do it over here. This was 20,850 minus 2575 is 18,275. This is on 9th day. Last day. 3102.60. 3102.60. This is 10th day. Is it correct? Market is again bearish. If it is bearish, I'll have to reduce from my margin money. How much rupees? 3102.6 minus 3257.80 multiplied by 50 because it is lost, right? Minus 7760. Minus 7760. Minus 7760. This will be 51501. Is it less than the maintenance margin? Yes. But understand, this is a last day and I am settling all the accounts. Now I am actually selling because I have already taken a purchase. I am purchasing and the account will be settled because this was 10 days future which I am considering. Is it alright? See, if you are a broker and if you want to, if you tell to broker and if you want to continue the account, it can be continued. But now, right now, we are settling everything. Is it all? What will happen on maturity? Please try to understand. Broker will pay you 10,515 rupees and that is all. Broker will pay you, that is Abhishek, 10,515 rupees. That is all. Abhishek has got the money. No, he has lost the money. How much he has given to broker? 16,000 plus 4,210. So total given to broker is 20,210. How much he is receiving back? 10,550. So what is my net settlement? 20,210 I have paid minus 10,515 I have received back. So my loss is 9,695. 9,695 rupees. Is it alright? Yes. Can any student tell me how to find out this directly? 9695 can be found out directly also. We have gone through this route, but this can 9695 loss. This is the loss of Abhishek, can be found out directly. Any one student? No one?
Sir, the
Jaimin, Mac, both. Jaimin, you can tell.
sir, we can deduct the closing price at the 10th day, that is 3102.60 from our initial investment of 3296.
Okay, it is not initial investment, but your answer is correct. See, understand, you have entered into this purchase of future contract at which rate? This rate. On maturity after 10 days, what was the price of the future? Is 3102.60? Is it all? So, if the settlement was not done daily and if the settlement was done directly on maturity, try to understand what would have happened. If the settlement was done directly on maturity, you are bullish or bearish? You were bullish. Market, compare this two, is bearish. So you will lose money? Yes. How much? Difference between this two. What is difference between this two? 3102.60 minus 3296.50 multiplied by 50. What you will be losing? 9695 will be your loss. If the settlement was done on maturity, this would be your loss. If you have done mark to market, this is your loss. It does not make any difference. Here the settlement is done daily, so it is termed as M to M. Here the settlement is done on maturity. Alright. Can anyone tell me what is the practical problem? Practical problem, it is what is the broker's problem if the settlement is done on maturity? It is never done on maturity, but can you tell me why it is never done on maturity? What is the problem to broker? Yes, Mac, now you can answer.
What if the loss is more than 16,000? He will have to pay out.
But understand, the margin is not given. Alright. If the settlement is done on maturity, normally margin is not given. Also, if the margin is given and the settlement is not done daily, then what is you are saying is absolutely correct. Tell me once again, repeat it.
What if the loss is more than 16,000? That is what I am having in my account, in my trading account.
Exactly. If the loss is more than 16,000 and say these amounts are in crores or are in lakhs, alright, there might be huge loss which the client might not pay to broker. So in this case, mark to market, this does not happen. See, what broker does is he takes initial margin from you. Whenever he requires, he also makes a call to you. Is it alright? He tells you that deposit 4210 in your margin account. If you will not deposit it, he will immediately settle it. Is it alright? He will not wait for even one day. Is it alright? So here, the broker and the exchange is absolutely safe and they will not be having any problem because you are already having the margin. Also, whenever the margin is reduced to an extent, they will ask for another money. That is another additional margin. If the settlement was done on maturity and the amount was more than 16,000, or if the margin was not taken, it is very difficult to recover this from client. Is it alright? So this is how mark to margin in future works. Is it alright? So if you will see, the questions of futures and forward will be same, except mark to margin can only be in futures, it cannot be in forward. Is it alright? So this is end of future as well as forward contracts. Yes, we have not done one concept, which is cancellation of forward contract. We will be having couple of questions in a separate point for cancellation of forward contract.